This is UAM Sand. He managed to find his way into the desert and decided this is where he belongs. From the streets of Al Qareed, the endless Caridian desert, and the sprawling markets of Menefos, he decided this was his new home. Setting his sights on Telos, he got to training, hoping to one day make his dream of defeating him come true. Will he ever succeed, or will he just live out the rest of his days on the dunes? Let's find out together. What better way to start than with 4 things at once? 70 prayer, 67 construction, 110 combat, and 2100 total level. Wasn't expecting all of that at once, honestly. I was expecting the construction and the prayer, but not the rest of it. Yeah, cool. There is 87 Slayer. I'm getting so close now that I may as well just actually farm it out and finish 88. I think it's probably the better idea instead of just doing the daily tasks. Spent all this time getting ready and excited for 88 Slayer, and I completely missed it because I wasn't paying attention. But hey, now I can kill corrupted creatures. And the big thing about corrupted creatures is just they're so good. Like, this chest just auto loots everything. They give so much experience for everything. It's just, I love them. They're such a good creature to kill, and I'm glad that I can finally use them. And there is 70 construction finally. It took a lot less time than I thought it was going to, thankfully. But now I can go and drink a tea and make the mermaid diving suit in my house and get free planks, so looking forward to that. Kind of don't know what my goals are after this other than 90 farming, so I've got to probably think of some new ones because I don't know what I need to do next. And there is the mermaid diving suit, which means I can now get up to 60 planks a week that are either teak or mahogany from the mermaid pouches down here, and that's just free construction XP per week, which is awesome. So I kind of ended up getting a little bit sidetracked and decided to go do some agility because I wanted to get 65 so I could actually use my pieces of Het to repair the statue in Het's Oasis, because 10% XP boost is a lot, I guess, you know, like over time, especially with like farming and stuff, it's going to cut down the time considerably. So there's 65 finally. It's taken me all day. I don't know if it was worth the time, actually, like balancing it out against how much time I've been spending farming, but you know, whatever, I don't care, it's done now, so now I can use Het's Oasis agility course. And I did not actually realise that the Statue of Het is a one-time repair. I thought it was going to be like the shadow pylons or the Statue of Osseous where you had to repair it and it like lasted an hour and then you had to repair it again. But I guess it's just a permanent 10% XP buff, which may actually, yeah, definitely make it worth it. And we're at 80 farming, getting there slowly. And there is 90 farming. I can finally pick hollyhocks now, but I still don't have the hunter level to catch the scarabs. but I have way more than enough flowers to get to 99, so it's not going to take too long to get, really. And there is 99 farming. I decided I was going to level this while I took a little bit of an extended break from the account. Not really a break because I was still doing this, but yeah, I was just busy and a bunch of other stuff, so figured I'd get another 99 that I could AFK while I was at it. So, about this whole level 99 unlocking content thing that I've mentioned a few times. I did some brainstorming and I've come up with a list of 9 things that improve the feel of this account that I can unlock with 99s and use a random wheel to choose which one I unlock. I'd give it 3 spins right away to unlock the first 3 items, and with things on the list that I've already been using, I'll just not be able to access them again until I unlock them with this method. You'll note that one of the items on the list is removing the UIM restrictions. Honestly, one of the biggest reasons I've taken such a break from playing this account is because this specific thing just hasn't been fun for me anymore. It was all well and good when I first started because I didn't think about how many items would actually go into getting the account to a point where I'd be able to kill Telos. But the more I think about it and the more content that gets added to the desert or changed, like the recent farming changes with seeds, the more that it seems like that restriction's just stupid. There's just way too many items in RuneScape 3 that go into bossing for it to be reasonable to limit myself like that. And it just isn't fun anymore. I don't want to make it a cheap change though, so that's why I've added it to the Wheel of 99 unlocks, so then there's still something required to lift that restriction from me. And when it comes to it, I'll change the name of the account because it's not going to be an Ultimate Iron Man anymore, just be a regular Iron Man, so it gives me time to think of a new name, I guess. So let's give this thing a spin and see what we unlock with our first 3 99s. Alright, no Mangram's a good start. That gives me Divine Seeds from woodcutting, which means I can actually use Divination properly because I can get all of the energy. Shattered Words next, that's good because it means I can use my Slayer masks still. And a Bone Crusher, which is honestly just ridiculous convenience. And there's 90 Hunter, so now I can actually make the Powder of Burials to make prayer training even faster. And there's 90 Thieving. These guys kind of suck because the failure rate's so high, but the experience is so good, so I don't know if I'm going to keep using them to thieve on. There's 90 Divination, so now I can go and get the Gnome Engram and make leveling woodcutting actually worth it because I'll be able to get every single Divination energy from that. Ended up deciding to just stay here and thieve the druids because the failure rate was so much lower on them and the experience is so much higher than the Menopause thieving, so here's 99 thieving. So I guess it's time to give the wheel another spin. Well, there it is, I guess. Honestly, kind of glad that it didn't end up being one of the last things that I actually got from this. As I said before, it's just been one of those things that make it the most difficult for me to actually feel like playing on this account, because it's just adding unnecessary difficulty for no reason. There's way too many items on RuneScape 3 for a UAM to be reasonable. I guess if you had access to a lot more content outside of the desert, it might feel a little bit better, but it is just grown more and more stifling the longer I've done it, and the more I realised how much I'd actually need to reach my goal. It's coming up to nearly a year since I started this account, and honestly, it still is really just in its beginning stages. I haven't even really tried to make any progress in the bosses in Cold Wars 2, and still have a long way to go to get my skills to the point where they need to be to kill Tellus, but that goal is definitely not changing. The only thing that's changing is that we're losing the restriction on using my bank, and that's definitely for the better. I'm looking forward to the future of this account and sharing the journey with you guys just without that restriction there anymore. I guess just a new chapter begins on this account now.